chapter 30. A psalm, a song of dedication of the house of David. I will extol you, O Lord, for you have raised me up, and have not suffered mine enemies to rejoice over me. O Lord my God, I cried unto you, and you didst heal me. O Lord, you broughtest up my soul from the nether world. You did keep me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. Sing praise unto the Lord, O you his godly ones, and give thanks to his holy name. For his anger is but for a moment, his favor is for a lifetime. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Now I had said in my security, I shall never be moved. You have established, O Lord, in your favor my mountain as a stronghold. You didst hide your face, I was affrighted. Unto you, O Lord, did I call, and unto the Lord I made supplication. What profit is there in my blood, when I go down to the pit? Shall the dust praise you? Shall it declare your truth? Hear, O Lord, and be gracious unto me, Lord. Be you my helper. You didst turn from me my mourning into dancing. You didst loose my sackcloth and gird me with gladness, so that my glory may sing praise to you and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks unto you forever. All right, let's go back up to verse 1. Once again, we have a psalm. This here actually says that we have a song of the dedication, or a song at the dedication of the house of David. And this is going to be obviously a song. The house of God was built at the time of Solomon, but now David did go get the tent and bring it, and this is probably the house that we're speaking of, is this when the tent was set up. At least it would be my perspective of it. We're going to pick it up here, though, in verse 2. I will extol you, O Lord, for you have raised me up, and have not suffered mine enemies to rejoice over me. I will extol you, or I will exalt you, I will lift you up, I will praise your name, or brag about you a little bit. For you have raised me up, and have not suffered my enemies to rejoice over me. You've raised me up, and we're going to find out it's out of the pit where he raised me up, this to cause me to live. The pit is death. We can witness death because it's something that everybody's got to go through. That's one kind of death. There's another kind of death, and that's the death of your inwardness, and that's when you transgress God's law, or when you violate God's understanding with malice. We'll find with understanding, and has not suffered mine enemies to rejoice over me. There's no victory for them. I find that they have been delivered from the snare, been delivered from the trap, been delivered from the words of men and their snares. We'll find this is the lifting up. This is the rescue from the enemy. 3. O Lord my God, I cried unto you, and you didst heal me. I cried unto you. We'll find out this cry to call upon the name of God, the holy name even, and you didst heal me. Or this heal here is Rapha, and Rapha is to make healthful, to heal. And we'll find out David's wound was the fact that Saul was trying to kill him, even though God had made him king. 4. O Lord, you brought up my soul from the nether world, and you did keep me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. You brought up my soul from the nether world. And this nether world, some people, we'll go to the King James Version real quick. It says from the grave. From the grave. It says Sheol. Elsewhere it would have called it hell. And it says here, Sheol, underworld, grave, hell, pit, the underworld. And it's death itself. or that place prescribed to death. We can say this is the place of death, or so that it has a place. And that's only in transgression has it given place. Without transgression, it has no place. But we'll find out. God did keep me alive, that I should not go down to the pit, down to the place of this death, down to the place of transgression. The law is the rescuer here. It's the warning. It's the salvation. It's like a rope that leads down into the pit. See, when you transgressed the law, you fell into it, and it's that only thing that's going to get you out of the pit. 5. Sing praise unto the Lord, O you his godly ones, and give thanks to his holy name. Sing praises unto God, unto the Lord, the Almighty, the existing one. O you his godly ones, these that know him, these that respect God's understanding, these that do according to God's statutes and commandments and his ordinances. Give thanks to his holy name. Give thanks to his hallowed name, his name that's set aside for a purpose. See, God's, and it's that we can take refuge in it. We can call upon it. It's for support, for help us, to save us. God give us the law, give us this, and if we make ourselves just before the Lord, he is good to hear our voice. 6. For his anger is but for a moment, his favor is for a lifetime. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes in the morning. His anger is but for a moment, but his favor is for a lifetime. Those that find favor in God, it's for a lifetime, and that's to the end of your life, for the ever life. God is life. God is understanding. God is knowledge. God is wisdom. And there's no death there. God is eternal in his understandings. His anger may be for a moment. God says, well, you'll have to be punished for what you did. But we'll find out. There's understanding even in that. Because there's always the blessings afterwards. See, and the blessing is in the voice that we hear and the thunders that we hear. 7. Now I said in my security, I shall never be moved. And now I've said in my security, or in the statement, so to speak, that God, knowing God forgives, knowing I always find mercy in God and the understanding that he gives me, we'll find out there's security here that says I shall never be moved. Because I always have this. It's with me now, forever. 8. You have established, O Lord, in your favor my mountain as a stronghold, and you didst hide your face, I was affrighted. You have established or affirmed, made it solid, O Lord. In your favor my mountain is a stronghold. And this mount is this that looms upward, or this that goes upward. We'll find out it's that place of God that goes upward. There's that place that I'll run to and seek for refuge. His mountain, his high place, his stronghold. See, that is as a stronghold. You did hide your face, I was affrighted. And because we seek refuge in God, and God hides his face, or we seem to be, God hides his face, he looks away in judgment, and if we recognize this and turn to God, we'll find out there's peace. There's answers. There's understanding. We should be affrighted to find ourselves in these positions. But unfortunately, in today's society, there seems to be a different understanding that these things ain't necessary to know the law of God, to obey it, or to observe it, I should say, in your own understanding. In your own understanding. 10. What profit is there in my blood? When I go down to the pit, shall the dust praise you? Shall it declare your truth? What profit is there in my blood when I go down to the pit? After I die, what profit is there? What good is there in my life? This blood, dumb. And it's that which gives life. It represents the life within you, even that liquid life, we should say, that flows through us. Uh, what good is it after I go down to the pit? Shall the dust praise you? Can the dust, because dust we come, the dust we shall return. That's the flesh. Shall it declare your truth? 11. Hear, O Lord, and be gracious unto me. Lord, be you my helper. But hear, O Lord, be gracious unto me. We'll find out. This is not the flesh crying out, but the spirit, an understanding within that knows the flesh is going to die. And then what good is it that now that it has lived? If the spirit doesn't have its chance to speak, if the understanding within one doesn't have its chance to speak out and cry out, hear and be gracious unto me, O Lord. Be you my helper. Be you my support. Be you my security. 12. You didst turn from me my mourning into dancing. You did loose my sackcloth and gird me with gladness. You did turn my mourning into dancing. This mourning, and this is like suffering. This is like somebody's sick or somebody's died. This type of understanding here. This morning we get this perspective of into dancing. I go from sadness to joy. But God did that. You did loose my sackcloth and gird me with gladness. And loosed my sackcloth. And sackcloth is a like burlap, similar. And it is the outward show, this similitude we use, this symbolism. It's the symbolism we use to show mourning. See, we gird ourselves with sackcloth or with this cloth of mourning and gird me with gladness. But you caused me to put on gladness. You caused me to put on happiness. You removed my sadness and give me happiness. And that's what it is, because God does that. See, God gives us the peace, this tranquility that comes from after the suffering. It's like we've been through a long night of pain, and now the morning's come, and it's going away. 13. So that my glory may sing praise to you and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks unto you forever. And so that my glory may sing praise to you and not be silent. And this my glory is my fame, my known. And when we'll find out David was made known, he let it be known that God did that. God did that. God set him up. God put him as the king. God brought him out after being chased by Saul and having all other sorts of problems. We'll find out David kept turning, finding God, finding his understanding, going back to the law. David kept a copy of the law with him, his law with him. We'll find that out in the Psalms. It's all about the law. And the great ones of wisdom, the great ones of understanding, those that have knowledge, because that's the law. That's what Deuteronomy says. It's the knowledge, it's the wisdom, it's the understanding God gave you. They know these things. And they take trust in the law. They take trust in God's understanding because they know God's got everything under control. God's got everything under control. We're going to move forward, chapter 31. Turn and return.